IBA.PRO event.
Продолжаем. И вашему вниманию четырехраундовый поединок IBA во втором полулегком весе. Добро пожаловать в черный угол. Боксер из Грузии по прозвищу Капо Giorgi Kapanadze.
I'm delighted to say that the action continues thick and fast. We've got swing bouts and indeed one more about scheduled. But here it is, Giorgi Kapanadze, four-time national champion from Georgia, making his way to the boxing ring. Made his professional debut in March of this year. Got off to a winning start in his homeland, scoring a second-round knockout over one of the business's journeymen. So Giorgi Kapanadze, IBA.PRO stage.
В золотой угол ринга приглашается его соперник из Таджикистана. Встречайте, Дамир Muibalikhonov.
The opponent is Damir Muibalikhonov.
Studio Zimo تقديم لكم
IBA.PRO stage, an accomplished amateur. Competed extensively representing Tajikistan in the three-round format of boxing. Just 19 years of age. Had a terrific run.
Итак, знакомьтесь, боксер в черном углу. Ему 26 лет. Рост 170 сантиметров, вес 58,4 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд. Один бой, который он одержал победой нокаутом. Дамы и господа, четырехкратный чемпион Грузии из Рустави, Грузия, Giorgi Капо Капанадзе. Его соперник в золотом углу. Боксеру 19 лет, рост 178 сантиметров, вес 58,86 килограмма. Сегодня у него профессиональный дебют, но он чемпион Республики Таджикистан, финалист чемпионата Азии Ю-22 из Хорога, Таджикистан. Приветствуйте, Дамир Muibalikhonov. Рефери поединка Мансур Мухиддинов.
Head up, no low blow, and listen to my command. Shake hands.
So a quick look at the tail of the tape. Considerable advantage in height and reach for the 19-year-old from Tajikistan, Damir Muibalikhonov. So we're underway then. So the contest made at 59 kilograms, scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds. Two talented young boxers from the three-round format of IBA boxing. A southpaw wearing black trimmed with gold, who is reaching for a southpaw right to the body followed by a left cross over the top, is the four-time national champion of Georgia. That is Giorgi Kapanadze. His opponent, the taller figure wearing a white trunk trimmed with gold, is just 19 years of age. It's his professional debut. And because he's still a junior, first time out of the vest, and he won't too long have been out of the head guard. Boxed his way to a brilliant silver medal on the continental stage at the Under-22 Championships in Colombo in Sri Lanka just a couple of months ago. There's a left hand over the top from Kapanadze. Kapanadze looking to repeat that success. Here's a wonderful double jab and a rapier-like right cross from Muibalikhonov. Can he maintain that gap between himself and his more compact, marauding opponent who's seeking to exert front foot pressure and perhaps impose his mature man strength on the teenager. Wait, there's a difference in maturity, difference in experience. Left hand over the top, not too far away from the southpaw Kapanadze. Now bringing the left hook into play. Same again, right hand left hook from Muibalikhonov. Kapanadze showing no respect. Oh, that's a wonderfully picked roundhouse right from Muibalikhonov once again. Finding his range very accurately with these flashing shots. Can he keep the more compact figure away by extending that long left jab? Surely that's where he doesn't want to be, given the long torso that he has to protect. Of course, he's got a man coming at him with bad intentions in the form of the compact Kapanadze. Muibalikhonov seeking to continue to operate out of the space of the boxing ring. Wonderful right hand once again. Stops Kapanadze in his tracks. Kapanadze just being forced to back up by Muibalikhonov. So closing seconds of this opening round. Looking to bring the backhand into play now and really stamp his authority on the closing stages is Damir Muibalikhonov. Some of the action from the opening round. A long left hook and a solid right cross. Landed from practically the opposite side of the ring from where Kapanadze was seeking to launch his own offense. The reddening around that left eye. And the increasingly accurate straight shots of Muibalikhonov. So moving to the second round, it's scheduled for 4. 59 kilogram division. The contest made at 59 kilograms, and again, Muibalikhonov now demonstrating some back foot boxing. When he extends straight punches on the back foot, there is a massive gap that exists between himself and his opponent, but credit to Kapanadze because he's continuing to press forward. Two-phase attacks, multi-phase attacks to try and keep the pressure on the teenager. Solid left hand driven into the body, and there's a right hand from Kapanadze which caught Muibalikhonov with his chin up in the air. Given his towering dimensions at this particular weight, can often avoid punches by employing the layback, but the shot kept coming and it followed him like a heat-seeking missile. So effective defense with the right glove to fend off the incoming fire from Kapanadze, and then beautiful work with the left hand, doubling it up with Muibalikhonov. Rubbing and weaving his way forward, but only finding Muibalikhonov has ghosted away was Kapanadze. So can Kapanadze get close and launch a type of swarming attack that saw him catch Muibalikhonov with his chin up in the air? Looking for a sustained attack that will... Oh, and there it is once again. Kept the attack going, inviting pressure. Muibalikhonov sat on the ropes totally square. His chin was up in the air like a weather vane, and his chin was clocked because of it. Good portion of the round for Kapanadze. Can he keep it going? There he drives in a hard left hand to the sternum, drops down and goes in search of a left hand to the rib cage. And remember, in this his professional debut, Damir Muibalikhonov will have never heard the timekeeper say round 4. His team will have prepared him for that in sparring as Kapanadze goes in search of a left hand to the body, then left hook to the head. But surely Four-time national champion of Georgia will be wanting to make this as physical and as attritional and as ugly, dare I say it, as possible. Here he roughed him up on the inside, bringing the inside of his gloves into the face of the teenager. Beautiful shot. Variety once again from Muibalikhonov. He's doing a good job keeping his composure in the face of this aggression that Kapanadze is looking to assert. Kept his composure on the ropes, but surely that isn't where you want to be. Like a man swaying in the rigging, he was able to avoid the incoming fire. Something of a tightrope being walked when he's in that position, for my money, by Damir Muibalikhonov. But wonderful right hand, straight down the pipe. But there was the right-left combination as Kapanadze was able to keep the attack going. Muibalikhonov's chin up in the air, totally unprotected. Muibalikhonov just having it checked in this his professional debut. So into the second half of this contest then. Muibalikhonov seeking to get onto the front foot. 2 rounds completed, the schedule, 2 rounds remain, and that is an effective tactic being adopted by Damir Muibalikhonov. Because when you share the ring with a tall pressure fighter, they can eat up the space in a hurry, and having been backed up and retreating to the ropes during the course of that second round, where he was caught square, he was caught just as he was there with his head up in the air on occasion. Damir Muibalikhonov coming out with renewed intensity during the course of this third round, onto the front foot and seeking to back up the more experienced Giorgi Kapanadze. Can he maintain that type of assertive pressure, hitting after the referee's command of stop? A couple of shots downstairs and a little left tap to the chin. Kapanadze scoring with a southpaw right and left on the resumption. There he's seeking to get over the front foot once again. Kapanadze keeping his wits about him, bobbing and weaving, turns his man. Again, it can be really uncomfortable when you're in the boxing ring with a tall front foot pressure fighter. The guys who used to come out of the famed Trump gym in Detroit. Milton Notorious, left hands get through from Kapanadze. Thomas Hitman Hearns, of course. Great Emmanuel Stewart is again wonderful left hand, this time off the back foot from Muibalikhonov. Again, got caught coming in, did Kapanadze, but he's achieved his objective by driving Muibalikhonov to the ropes. Muibalikhonov seeks to get onto the front foot. It's becoming a little untidy through this passage of the round. Just under a minute remaining. Kapanadze always keen to try and assert his dominance to get onto the front foot. Did you see how the veteran held the top rope while pinning Muibalikhonov there? These are the types of tricks and tactics from experienced boxers that Muibalikhonov is going to have to get used to. Remember, you can only make a debut once. And what an experience this is proving to be for Damir Muibalikhonov. He'll be hip to all of these tricks next time he steps back into a ring without a vest. As Kapanadze seeking to old man him at times, tying him up on the ropes, launching sneak attacks. But what a competitor Muibalikhonov is proving to be, backing up the man behind stiff right hands and showing that he won't be out-muscled in the physical stakes. action from that round. Kapanadze having success with these pot shots on the chin, which is invariably high in the air. Muibalikhonov.
Заключительный 4-й раунд.
So to the fourth round we go then. Damir Muibalikhonov into brand new territory in this, his professional debut. And look at the way he's able to get onto the front foot and keep his man on the end of straight punches once again. And that is a really effective tactic. When he finds his timing, when he finds his distance, when over that front foot, putting his man on the end of that right cross. And Giorgi Kapanadze simply cannot get anywhere near this towering figure from right here in Tajikistan. Oh, but there's a good right hand out of the southpaw stance, landed by Kapanadze. And again, all of this is going to be a valuable learning experience for the teenage debutants. Because having had success by getting over the front foot, keeping his man on the end of his straight punches, no time to switch off. Got to be defensively responsible after the hands have been let go. Get the hands back into the on-guard position, slip, slide, move the head, change angle, beautiful right hand to the body, with a corkscrew shot with the palm turned upwards, and he's driving Kapanadze back. Now he dips beneath the incoming offense and seeks to pin Muibalikhonov into the corner. Terrific action this in the fourth and final round. On a resumption, Kapanadze keen to let his hands go and get on the inside before Muibalikhonov could establish his stance and put him on the end of straight shots. That's what he's got to try and do right now, get back inside the tentacle light reach of the teenager. Remember, into round 4 for the first time in his career, Muibalikhonov. Kapanadze seeking to make it as physical and ugly as possible up at close range. Terrific volley of punches, the final left hook threat to sneak behind the defenses of Kapanadze from Muibalikhonov. Kapanadze, terrifically competitive, trying to pin his man against the strands once again. And you can see as his chin is glanced by 2 shots, one from either flank. Muibalikhonov not designed for that type of work on the inside. It's going to take a week for those arms to unfurl compared to the more compact figure of Giorgi Kapanadze. But in this type of territory, if you can keep the straight punches extended and get them back in rapid fire fashion, it will make it a very difficult mission for Kapanadze to try and get on the inside. Here's a right hand left hook from Muibalikhonov. Again, totally square on the ropes to increase the size of the target. Credit to Kapanadze, he's trying to get his own offense away. Bustling away down to the body. And that concludes the contest. A terrific contest between 2 inexperienced professionals but accomplished 3-round boxers in the IBA code. What a wonderful moment for Damir Muibalikhonov. He's dealt with the occasion. Remember, he's from right here. And he's been on the posters promoting this contest. He's dealt with the pressure, he's dealt with the experience and the reputation, and indeed the skill set of Giorgi Kapanadze, because I think the man in the gold corner has done enough to win this. Of course, we require confirmation from the judges, but it was a terrific contest with plenty of two-way action. This man's best coming at long range, and when he got onto the front foot, what a difference it made to the complexion of the contest. But this man wouldn't allow him that type of dominance and always found an answer, driving him back to the ropes, catching his chin when it was up in the air. Plenty of faults to be corrected from Muibalikhonov's point of view. And again, if he's going to box with his hands down, that's a prerogative that some boxers like to employ. But it does come with inherent risk. Not suggesting you have to change it, but this man will have made him mindful that if you miss with your chin up in the air, you're likely to be made to pay. And then testing the stoutness of your punch resistance. Better not to get it checked at all, but of course, this is the sport that we love. Can't take a shower without getting wet. So we're awaiting official confirmation. I think that this man has been enough to be declared as the victor, but how will the scoring judges see it? 4 at 59 kilograms.
Итак, дамы и господа, в этом поединке соперники были достойны друг друга, а судьи единодушны в своем решении. Все трое судей 38-38, ничья!
And it's a draw. Well, it was close, it was competitive, and Kapanadze has been rewarded for always answering, catching the chin of Muibalikhonov when it was up in the air. I have to think that Muibalikhonov had done enough to take it, but as I